What's up, everybody? Welcome to my first ever Barney essay sort of video. I know there are other fans who also do this kind of thing, really great friends of mine, but I wanted to also share my thoughts and opinions, so here I am. Before we get started, if you weren't aware, I host a handful of different Barney-themed series on this page. The main ones being an every other week stream where myself and some friends look for the least popular Barney episode while also showing our love and respect for the franchise. I also host the Spots of Love podcast where I interview fans, cast, and crew of the franchise. Please check them out and please help me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you. Now let's get to it. As you know, Barney's World, the all-new take on our favorite purple dinosaur, produced by Mattel and Nelvana, is set to debut on October 14th, 2024 on Max, and October 18th on Cartoon Network's Cartoonito here in the US, with the first official episode releasing early on October 11th, directly on the official Barney the Dinosaur YouTube channel. Now, we've seen leaks, we've seen teaser trailers, character intros, and just recently on September 16th, we have seen the debut of the first brand new Barney song in over 10 years, accompanied with the music video. This new song is a fresh take on the classic I Love You song, now titled I Love You, I Love Me Too, which was arranged by Callie Barker. The song stays true to the message of loving your friends, but now has a self-affirmation angle to it where the characters sing about not only loving their friends, but also loving themselves. While I'm not a huge fan of this particular version of the song and arrangement, with all due respect, I do understand what they were working towards and what their overall goal is. In today's society, educational content is boiled down to just things based on social-emotional learning. So, this new version of Barney leaning heavily into that lane not only makes sense, but it does fit Barney for who he is as a character. Let's talk about animation. Seeing Barney in still photos does not do this show justice. Everything in the show looks super duper. The movements of all the characters look stunning, and there's just something refreshing about seeing an energetic Barney again after years and years of this. Barney was always supposed to be excited and bouncy, and this new series captures him and those movements perfectly. From backflipping to jumping on his tail, all of these movements are things we could have seen in the OG series if there was the capability. In the trailer, while it is just a short glimpse into Barney's world, no pun intended, or maybe it was, you can see that everything that made Barney who he was as a character in the original series is still intact. I don't know what Mattel meant when they said Barney is now a friend and not a teacher. It's sort of misleading because even Barney just doing something simple like asking a friend to share their feelings, that is still teaching. Barney is modeling what it means to be a good listener and a shoulder for a friend in need. I am extremely interested in seeing what this new show is all about, and my kids are right in the age range and they are excited as well. Now let's talk about the backlash. Ironically, from Barney fans.
Who?
There has been tons of fans who grew up with Barney and Friends and the Barney and the Backyard Gang series who have been having a hard time accepting this show or having any interest. Now, while I believe everyone can have their own opinions and I would never tell anyone that they have to like something,
Look at it! Look at it! Look at it!
what I do invite is for fans to be open to giving it a chance. I think we will be pleasantly surprised about this new show, but you have to understand and go into this knowing that this is not the series or Barney that came before it. This is a completely reimagined Barney with some touches of the past. Like my friend Terrific Tributes has said in his video, and what I absolutely agree with, is this.
This is Barney. This is also Barney. And so is this. I don't know about this. And this. The original show taught us to include others, no matter who they are, what they look like, or what their beliefs are.
And he's absolutely right. Barney has changed drastically over the 36 years he has been on our screens. Changing looks, changing voices, changing movements, changing sets, where for any generation that grew up with one version and didn't continue to adulthood, it would be nearly unrecognizable. This is not a new concept. Barney and the Backyard Gang was not Barney and Friends. Barney and Friends in the 90s was not the same show in the 2000s. And Barney's World will not be any of those that came before. But what it will be is an opportunity for the children of today to have a version of Barney where they can hopefully find as their safe space, just like we do, and they can learn healthy habits along the way. The same way we wanted adults and Barney haters to understand and accept Barney when Bob West and David Joyner were doing the work, we have to give that same grace to now Mattel, Jonathan Langdon, and the rest of the crew. These are folks who have clearly put in the work to get the positions that they have, and you can tell that they've worked tirelessly on this show. Steve White, head writer of Barney and Friends, shared a thought I agree with. He said, "It's certainly different, but it really seems to be taking seriously the task of teaching Barney's traditional lessons in fun ways. Because the show is animated, it only makes sense for them to take advantage of all the physical things we couldn't do with live actors. So I don't mind an extra bouncy Barney who may pop up on screen from unexpected places. I look forward to seeing some full episodes. Until then, I'm thinking, so far, so good." And I agree. The best thing we can do is welcome the new show and all of the new talent into our family. There's enough love to go around for everyone. After all, the OG Barney taught us a very important lesson.
What is this?
It's the gift of love, and you can keep it if you want to, but the more you share love, the more you'll have. Just try it.
Okay. Just look at it. I like it.
Well, thank you for watching. I'll see you around the world. Barney's World.